Hi, this is Lord Baggy Pants. Today I'll be coming to you from the OSGrid to show you some basic building techniques, so stick around. Hi everybody, this is Lord Baggy Pants here on the OSGrid, and today I'm going to show you some basic building techniques. I'm assuming you have a basic understanding of how to navigate the grid and get around. I'm here on my little island, and I'm going to step away from society for a moment. And alright, down here we have all of these different ways to interact with the world. I'm going to bring up the build box, and up here we have a bunch of different things we can do while building. Right now we're primarily concerned with the create tool. It's this little magic wand looking thing here. We have a lot of different shapes available. Just these are the basic building blocks of everything that you see on the grid. Let's just choose a basic cube here, and I click, and it's out on the grid. Now I can manually move it back and forth on any axis, X, Y, or Z. Bring it up and down, and that's all fine and good, but not very fine-tuned. Now you can walk around while you're doing this, which is nice. You can get some good perspective there. And the first thing I'm going to do is stretch this. Now you can either go up here and click this box, but I prefer Control-Shift, and then you just click and you drag it. You've got this nice little ruler here. Let's make this 3 meters in length. That looks good. And Control-Shift again. Let's make it 3 meters high too. Why not? Alright, and we're not going to mess with the width. Now we have a little wall, and I'm actually going to go up here and under name, prims are by default always just called primitive objects, but I'm going to call this one wall, and actually down here I'm going to say share with group. I could allow anyone to move or copy it, but then I risk somebody I don't know coming onto the island, and next time I log in it might not actually be there. If I share it with the group, then other people in my group on my island that are designated can do things with it, so that's polite. Anyway, I'll get to why I wanted to name this later, but first thing most people want to do is change the texture and color of their objects. So click on the texture tab here, and here we have a lot of things that I've uploaded myself, but we also have our texture library. And let's make this a nice, you can examine the textures before you try them out, but let's make this a nice granite wall, sort of like that. And now I'll click on color, and you have presets down here. If you want, you can lighten or darken them, or just sort of click willy-nilly over here, and let's make this a nice bright green concrete wall. That's beautiful. Now, we can increase transparency, open things up a little bit, and actually I don't like that green. It's sort of blending with the grass, so let's make it a nasty gray. Alright. Oh, he's not moving. There we go. So, now, oh, goodbye book-shaped heart. If we click out of that and we want to get back, we can just right-click on the prim, and it brings up this wheel. We go to Edit, and we're right back there. But what I want to do right now is go to More and take a copy of it, because now it appears in my inventory under my Objects folder, and I can just click on that, drag it out, and we have an identical wall. Now, it's not perfectly lined up, so if we go back to the Objects tab, and you look at what we have here, let's just make this, for ease, 135, 197, 26, and we can do the same over here. 135, 197. Oh. Well, you don't want to do that. Always remember what planes you're working with here. And 26. All right. So now we have two walls across from one another, same height. And if we want to link them, which makes things much easier, I click one, go into the build box, I hold shift, click another, and all we need to do is click link. And we can move these around, back and forth, up and down, together. If I click off, click on and edit, they're still linked. The problem is you can't really edit them further than that. I can increase the size of the whole thing, but I can't edit one wall at a time, so you just click unlink, and everything is unlinked again, which has its pros and cons. Anyway, there are a whole variety of things you can actually do with this. Whoops. Yes, here we are. We can cut the path. We can hollow it out. We can twist it. We can taper it. Actually, that's looking pretty cool. And do any number of things to change the look and shape of your prim. Now, the best way to learn about those is generally to experiment with them. But these are some of the basic building techniques here on the grid. And I hope that was helpful. Now get out there, don't be afraid to experiment, and happy building.